Is it working?
Looks like it's working.
Are we here? Are we actually here?
Let's make sure everybody's on. It says we're on. Can you guys hear us?
Hey, what's up, family?
It looks up there. Where's the sound? It says we got sound. Give us some thumbs up if you can hear us.
Make sure you can actually hear us. Move your fasting butts, 2krazyketos. We're here. We made it. I think we're at 7:01.
What's going on, guys?
Hey, everybody. Well, we've done it. It's 24 hours. We're in this thing now. Longer than I stood in Diagon Alley at this point.
Oh, yeah. That's absolutely true.
And here's not Tabitha, but here's Charity checking in, seeing how everybody is doing today.
So, why don't you go through who's in here? Chris is in here. I just saw that one.
Howdy. It says we're coming through. Could you turn up the volume on your ends?
Turn up the volume? Yeah, we could turn up the volume. Should be the same as it always is. We don't move.
Does that help?
Let us know.
Miss Heather. First of all, I just wanted to say thank you so much to Heather, who actually posted in 2krazyketos family, hey, no food pictures today. We're all avoiding food. So thank you for that. That really helped because I thought, oh, wow, I didn't even think about that. And yeah, if I see like some delicious meal, I'm probably going to like,
So if you guys are new to our channel, I'm Joe.
And I'm Rachel.
And we're 2krazyketos, and we are doing a 72-hour fast right now with the help of some Redmond. I'm freezing.
I am not freezing, and let me tell you why. Because this is the very first fast that I have done without any coffee. And I have had a headache that could, I feel like, take a dinosaur down.
I'm staying away from her. She is miserable to deal with today.
At least a teenage T-Rex. So this is funny. I don't miss food at all. I'm feeling great. But the coffee, I feel like my brain is telling me, just give it to me. Just give it to me. So I want to see, what are y'all's experiences? How are y'all doing today? 24 hours in.
Let's say who's on here. So Debbie is on. She said 24 hours. Whoop, whoop. Stephanie said, hey, all, my tummy is talking to me, but I'm pushing through this.
Good job.
Steph said, yes, I'm avoiding YouTube recipes today and food posts.
I have to even watch, like, all of the videos because I'm afraid somebody's going to tell me, like, their full day of eating.
Annie Val said, worst time of the day for me for hunger is 7 to 10 p.m. So, boy, I need alive right now.
Well, that's
so
why
glad
we're here. That we're together.
He said he loves our shirts.
Thank
so
you.
We actually had a subscriber sent us these shirts. They asked us not to say who they are.
But talk about a nice surprise when my head was just pounding was to open this up. And how cute is this?
Yeah.
We also got another package from Miss Parrothead Renee, and I'm going to just flash these because
Miriam was on and she said, hey guys.
She sent us some beautiful meat sticks. And look, socks. One says Instaham, and the other says Avo Disco.
Nice.
I'm loving it. And she has a little card.
So Ed said most of the YouTube videos I watch are all about food.
Yeah. So I've been watching, baby chickens. I've watched some Korean drama. I've watched some Dr. Pol, and he'll really help you.
Oh, yeah.
You
don't want to eat after that.
So the card says, I just wanted to send y'all a little something to say thanks for all that you do for your 2KK family. I've enclosed some treats, 2 of each flavor, so y'all can each try some Texas Yummies. And if Rachel doesn't like them, because I know meat treats are kind of Joe's thing, there's an extra treat for Rachel. Those are the socks, unless Joe wants a pair. Enjoy and thanks from Parrothead Renee.
Well, thank you
so
much.
much.
Okay, so let's get back to seeing who's on here. So Ron is on. She said, I had to stop watching your keto on the couch because of the food talk. Sorry about that. Chloe said, I've looked at food videos all day. Miriam said she has a headache a little bit today. It's a caffeine headache.
Yeah, whatever you're working at. If you're saying like, hey, I'm just doing water and I'm not doing my diet soda.
Yeah.
If you're saying, hey, this is the first time that I'm not doing Bang, or some sort of energy drink, a stevia energy. I did not realize what a toehold it had in my life.
Yeah.
Right? Because I had gone a while without the coffee, but not everything.
Right.
Not coffee and food. And I think the combination is really just sticking it to me.
So Christy Davis is on. She said,
hey,
aloha.
Christy. Aloha. I hope you're feeling good.
And, how are you feeling with, your surgery and everything?
Yeah.
Chris said, hey, did you all have some of the Keto Chow Zero, the new flavor introduced last year? Rachel thought it was a real thing.
I was like, oh my gosh, how did he accomplish that? Because you know what? If Chris says he can do something, I fully believe that it's possible. If he thinks that he can have just air in a bag and somehow feed us, I feel like he could do it.
Steph said 1 hour, and she's going to be 24 hours in.
I am so proud of you guys. This is not easy. This is really a challenge.
It's just willpower.
It's willpower, though. And here's the thing. A lot of times when you have outside stressors, right? You got a busy job, you got a busy family, all that kind of stuff. You have outside stressors and you think, well, I need to go easy on myself because everybody around me has expectations. So I shouldn't have to have expectations for myself.
Right.
That is not loving yourself. Having some expectations and having some goals for yourself will actually make you feel better about yourself because you get to have these wins when it's like, hey, it was just me, myself, and I keeping myself accountable, and I'm doing this for me, and I'm enjoying the success for me.
Right.
Right? It's a win. We need these wins.
So, Doll's on. She said 24
hey,
hours. Woo.
Whoop.
Carmen's on. She said, hey, lovelies.
Hey, Carmen.
He said 17 hours in and I gave up. I like food way too much. Well, that's okay.
You know what? That was 17 hours. That was incredible. That is really, really an awesome thing.
Tina said, I'm avoiding everything and everyone.
Yeah, just everybody. Put your blanket up, your hoodie over your head and be like, don't talk to me. But I'm telling you, something magical is about to happen in this 24 to 48 hour window.
Yeah, when you wake up in the morning, you're not going to be hungry. It's going to be kind of shocking.
It's going to really weird you out.
Steph said, I'm having black coffee. It's helping, but mainly water.
All right.
Kylene said she watched Food TV this morning. Not sure why, but it was calming.
There you go.
Miriam likes the shirts. She said she got the shirts on Etsy.
How cute.
Where they came from.
Well, don't cover it up.
I'm cold.
But it's so important that we have the shirts.
I'm cold.
It's a couples thing.
So, Alan said, no problems for me at all so far. Not even hungry. Patty
job.
Epps is on. She said, hey, all.
Yeah, I definitely think with the coffee thing, it's like what, you know what will take your mind off of not eating? Break your finger. Don't have coffee. The headache, the blinding headache will definitely make you not miss food.
A Keto Mom says, Elijah says, hey, Aunt Rachel and Uncle Joe.
Hi,
hey,
Elijah.
Chris said, Miriam wants to start drinking diet soda. I'm avoiding all flavors, but have been cramming the salt all day long. Have I.
It's not easy. It's just not easy.
I'm down to the clay. I got some clay sections on my salt lick. I actually don't mind them.
So I have 3 going because I have one in my room behind my bed where I can just at night grab it. I have one in my purse, which I keep in a Ziploc bag because purse fuzz. Don't want that on my
I keep one in my truck.
And then I always keep one right here.
Jacqueline said today was surprisingly easy, even though getting all the kids fed today, which I thought was going to be really hard, feeling good.
Good. I'm so proud of you.
Steph said, I've been binge watching a Netflix show called The Bonfire of Destiny.
Ooh, we have got to check that out.
I've never heard of that.
I have not either. What is it, like a crime drama or what's it about?
Keith is on Facebook. He said,
hey,
I'll be darned, I'm not late to the show today.
Welcome.
And Miriam said, I'm not going to drink diet soda, at least not today. We have none in the house.
Oh, man. Yeah, sometimes if you have to drive to get the thing that you want, that can be like a real help to you because you're like, you know what? I'm not going to get in the car. Don't get in the car.
Margaret said, binging on Hell's Kitchen. Those people can't cook.
Aww.
Alan said, I'm not fasting here, but feasting on Keto Chow 3 meals daily.
Well, that's awesome. That's a great challenge if that's something that you're new to, and we really appreciate the support. So any of the smiles and the good vibes that you could send our way, very much appreciate it.
Aaron wants to know how much salt is too much salt. In my opinion, again, not a doctor, nurse, anything like that, on keto, you're not going to overdo salt. Like, I never feel like I have enough salt in my body.
Well, something that I have noticed is it's one of those things your body requires, and so there's a cap to it. So you will have a time.
Your body will just stay, you're done.
Where you're like, I'm done. I'm too salty. That's enough. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of funny, and I feel like the threshold keeps changing for me, but yeah, there'll be a time where you'll be like, yeah, I'm good.
Yeah. Now Chris is on here. Chris could probably tell you down to like the actual like grain of salt, how much is too much, but my thing is I don't think I've ever hit the threshold of it being too much. Every once in a while, like I'll be like, yeah, I've had enough for right now, but I always feel like I'm craving salt.
Yeah, me too.
Let's see. Rosie said I had to stay away from the food videos today just to keep from going nuts.
Yeah, just get your mind off of it, and yeah, tomorrow is going to be easier. There's different times of day too. Like it's funny that you'll get to maybe noon. Noon was a hard time for me today because I'm used to doing the nothing before noon that we've been doing. So noon means I get my coffee. Right? So not having that, I had to go and start knitting and I made a hat. This is my 24.
Oh, look, it matches the background.
My 24-hour fasting hat because I needed to just get away for a minute. Then 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, not a problem at all. So it's not that I got less hungry, right? Because more time has passed, but after that time that my mind wants to negotiate passes, I'm good.
I'm curious. I just put a new monitor in. Let's see.
Well.
I just put a new one in. 95. So that's 20 points higher. So, because it's still always 20 points higher. So, yeah, I checked my blood itself before. It was like a 75. I think yours was like a 77.
Mine was like a, yeah. No, I think it was a 79.
Doll said, knowing everyone was in this with me has held me accountable. Thank you, everybody.
Same here, man. There was definitely some times where I'm like, you know what? Who would even know if I had a cup of coffee? But it was like there was something about the community, and I didn't want to let the community down. Mm-hmm. That I'm like, you know what, Rachel? Put your panties on.
Debbie said I had 2 cups of black coffee and keto chow 0 water.
That's awesome.
Stephanie Prescott's on. She said hi.
Hi, Stephanie.
And the other Stephanie said, I didn't get to sleep until close to 4 a.m. and I slept until 9:30 a.m. I'm wide awake right now.
Yeah.
Alan said, are there any stores that sell the Redmond salt licks? The only salt licks I can find are for cows or animals. I don't think they have them in any stores right now.
I feel like they need to get those into the
stores. It's a newer product for them.
Yeah.
So they just recently started like selling them because people were asking for like a salt lick kind of thing. So, I mean, I know you can buy salt licks in a lot of feed stores, and for the most part, they're the same salt. I just don't know how minerally they are compared to like what Redmond is.
Right.
Still salt.
I'm going to bring a wheelbarrow when we go to Utah.
How are we going to get this stuff home?
I don't know. Get a trailer.
Carmen said, I've not felt hungry all day. It's sure going to change as soon as I have to make dinner. Rolling eyes. Wish me luck and a stubborn heart to stick through this 23 hours.
You can do this. One trick that I definitely implement all of the time is I am making this food for my coworkers. There's something about putting it into that category. This is not my food. This is going into my coworker's refrigerator. I would never touch, no matter what is in the refrigerator at work, I would never touch a coworker's lunch, right?
Right.
It's got their name on it. That is like highly inappropriate.
Oh my gosh, I just got the chills.
Sorry, I certainly don't want to do that. So even with the kids, I was just making Caleb's dinner before we got on here. I have to say, that's my coworker's
I have a
dinner.
pulled pork going in the pressure cooker all day long with a bunch of barbecue sauce for the kids.
Be like, well, that's the kids' dinner. That's for them. I have to compartmentalize it.
Slapasick said, hello, I'm 10 hours in. I'm stuffed.
Awesome.
Only had a diet, Ellie ate 1 water, and electrolytes and salt.
Well done, Mr. Christopher.
Ed said, never thought keto chow electrolyte drops could taste so good.
It's a treat, right? It's a treat.
Keith said, I'm moments away from breaking a fast record. I've never gone longer than 24 hours.
Congratulations.
Good job.
Is this the first 24 hours for anybody else here in the group?
Yeah. Vivid just said, I don't know what the big deal is with this fast. All y'all have to do is just keep watching 2krazyketos wait for the fire-breathing dragon at Universal on a continuous loop for 144 hours.
That'll do it. That'll absolutely do it. It'll probably feel longer than 24 hours.
I do want to clear up. We never saw that thing breathe fire on that trip. Now, the last time we were there, it was breathing fire.
Well, we weren't trying to tape it.
But that thing at the very end of that is I just grabbed a YouTube video and I cut it up to put in there. Like, it actually does breathe fire.
I'm pretty sure as soon as we walked away, it
Steph said, I took barbecue ribs out of the freezer for my daughter. No way am I cooking.
You know what? That's okay. You can say, hey, I'm taking a couple of meat afternoons. You guys fend for yourself.
Chris said, check this out. Last night my ketones were a 0.8. Around noon it was 0.8. I just finished lifting weights and it's down to 0.6. It's really interesting. My glucose is up to 93. Well, I mean, because your glucose, you're raising your glucose to lift the weights.
Is Chris working
which is
out?
Going
How
down.
Awesome is this?
I know, it's awesome.
Well
which is going to
done.
lower your ketones.
Have you noticed anything different about working out while fasted?
You got a haircut, too.
Man, so much has happened. What's going on, Chris?
A keto mom said, so
You're
proud
living
for
your
everybody
life.
keeping it up. Annie Val said, the only crazy keto in my house. This is really hard, but I'm pushing through it.
I am so proud of you. That is awesome. It is not easy when you're in it alone, but you're not in it alone for this one.
Sarah said, I'm still drinking.
Okay.
Minnie said, you both are such an inspiration to me. Thank you for all that you do.
Well, you guys make life for us. I post up the thing, 500,000?
Oh my gosh. I hadn't looked at it in a couple days. I figured the other day I was like 2 weeks away.
Sobbing. I was sobbing.
500,000. And I looked it up. At this time last year, we had 216 subscribers.
You guys are amazing.
Awesome.
You are a reason to get up every day and be excited.
Do you just think about like 500,000 times people have watched our nonsense.
Man, you guys are generous with your time. Thank you.
A keto mom said, I've had 43 hours. I'm proud of myself.
That is incredible.
Awesome.
That is super awesome.
Rhonda said, I'm feeling great. My ketones are climbing significantly. We are so far behind. How are we so far behind?
Oh, sorry about
Stop talking.
Sorry.
Miriam said it was easy. I thought it would be harder, but I kept pretty busy. And when I need a break, I went roller skating.
How fun is that?
Let's Talk Survival said, I had no intention on fasting beyond my normal 18, 6, or 7, but for some reason I blew past that and got caught up in this thing. I think I might try keep going until tomorrow noon, making it 36 hours.
Hey, that is exciting, man. Like, you're getting into new territory.
Which I think is a great way to fast. I mean, Jimmy Moore talks about that a lot, where instead of like setting a goal, I mean, we're setting a goal for here, but instead of just, for the most part, always setting a goal, just saying, hey, I'm going to fast until I'm ready to eat. And you'll be surprised how many times you forget about eating because you're not hungry. I think we so much more get mentally that, hey, I've got to eat. But if you don't think about it, a lot of times you're going to find you're not hungry.
It's amazing.
Christopher said, that's why I haven't done an extended fast. I love food, but a day and a half seems doable.
Yeah.
Ed said, are we starting to look like a cult?
It is weird, but here's the thing. It's so fun. Again, this 24 to 48 hour thing, you start to get so much energy. You almost feel like a superhero.
Yeah.
It's a weird phenomenon that it's like we've really enjoyed and want as many people who've never experienced that before to get to experience it.
Marilyn said I could only do 24 hours, which I think is awesome to do 24 hours.
24
Where were you a year ago? Could you have done a 24-hour fast a year ago?
Seriously.
I remember years ago, like even when I was in Boy Scouts, you had to do a 24-hour fast, like for the Order of the Arrow, and freaking out. And that's when like you were young and had lots of fat on me.
So here's the thing. I remember the first time that I realized that breakfast was because you were breaking your fast. And it seemed so foreign to me. It was like, oh, because I just ate like 5 hours ago.
I know we're behind in comments, but I thought it was interesting. I just recently learned that breakfast actually came from the war. Like before World War I, we didn't really eat breakfast.
Makes sense.
It came from like they were trying to fatten up the soldiers because they were all coming in too thin. So they're like, let's start getting the fat by eating more in the mornings. Because a lot of people were just like farm workers and stuff. So
I never remember my grandparents eating breakfast. It was like a cup of coffee and out the door.
Miriam wants to know how I could be cold living in Florida where it's hot. I get cold because first of all, remember, I work outside. I work outside. So, and lately it's been hot today outside. It was like 90-something degrees this afternoon. But because I'm always outside, I'm just, at 75 degrees, I'm freezing.
He's like a lizard. I know that by tomorrow, when this headache passes, I will start to get cold.
I feel like you're going to be like snuggling up close to me tonight. And then she puts a heating blanket on. Let's see. Chris said, I actually haven't been hungry. I feel like I just need electrolytes. Sarah said, I'm still drinking coffee, Zevia, and pickle juice. That's perfectly fine.
That is awesome. That is literally every single thing I did up until this fast. Mm-hmm. Before this fast, I never went without coffee. So this is me pushing through a new boundary.
Lucy said, I keep checking my blood glucose to convince myself it's not actual hunger.
Yeah. It's challenging though, right?
Line Girl's on. She said, in addition to limiting my sweet treats to just Sundays, I'm also avoiding Zevia, which I love on all other days. I still stick to black coffee in the morning and teas and LaCroix for now.
That is awesome. That's a huge step forward.
Keith said, as if it's not bad enough that you guys are having me fast for 72 hours, now you're suggesting that I break my fingers.
Oh, no. Don't break your fingers. I was just saying that my coffee headache distracts me from the hunger.
Shelly said, I found that usually day 2 is the hardest. Then after the 48-hour mark, it's smooth sailing. I also missed the comment before where Heath is like torturing Shelly because he's cooking and Shelly's fasting.
Shelly, you are so awesome.
So I find the hardest time is 24 to 36 hours. That's always the hardest thing for me. But here's the thing. 24 to 36 hours, I'll be sleeping.
I usually get really happy around that time. So I think it, probably hits people different ways because I love mental clarity, especially as a mom of multiple kids. I love walking into a room and remembering why I walked into that room. I just love the focus because I always feel like I am chasing rabbit holes of thoughts. And when you get into this like fasting window, all of a sudden, clarity. It's a beautiful thing.
Stephanie said the movie's about 3 women's lives that were affected by a huge fire. Not giving any details away, though.
Now we have to watch it. That sounds like super interesting. You would love something like that.
I would. We got to get ahead because we got to get off for Dr. Barry stuff. Margaret said she's peeing constantly, needs diapers. That is me. I'm constantly going to the bathroom. That's a good thing. That means you're flushing out and you're getting enough electrolytes.
Yeah.
Rhonda said, guys, apple cider vinegar and water tastes really good with salt. Yes, it does. I actually love just like a teaspoon or so of apple cider vinegar with water and salt.
Me too. Boy, have our palates changed, haven't they?
Annie Bell said, Salt Lick, hot black coffee, hot black tea, saving my life right now.
That's awesome.
Black Butterfly said, this fasting is no joke. This is the first time I've gone 24 hours and I'm hungry. Well, if you're hungry, go ahead and eat. Jolie said, I'm at 48 hours and 12 minutes. Yeah, she started early.
Wow. So how are you feeling? What are some things that other people in the group can expect? Is this your first, like, extended fast? If so, like, let us know. What's up ahead?
Yeah, Chris said you've had too much salt when it's no longer palatable. It's the same as water. You've had enough when you don't want any more. No need to overthink it. Yeah, so you're not going to most likely overdo salt because your body's just not going to let you. Like, your body's not going to let you overeat too much beef. It's not going to let you overeat too much fat. It's not going to let you overeat too much salt. What it will let you overeat is things that you're not supposed to be having, like too much alcohol, too much sugar, too much carbohydrates, because we don't have a shutoff for those. We do have a shutoff for what we need.
Isn't that kind of comforting?
It's kind of weird.
I think it's comforting that there is something that is, my body will work with me.
Yeah. Julia said, I'm 27 hours and 10 minutes into the fast going well. I hung new curtains in my daughter's room. I took down drapery rods in the living room, and I hung regular curtain rods and different curtains in the living room.
Wow.
Keeping busy.
Oh my gosh. So much stuff that you're going to get done, right?
Yeah, see, John said the same thing. Per Dr. D Nicolantario, I can't pronounce the name, sorry. You can't overdose on salt. The kidneys filter out what the body doesn't need.
That's really cool.
Debbie said, hot water with Redmond salt saved me earlier. Yep, we've been doing that.
I put some hot water and some Redmond in my Contigo this morning, and it actually made me feel really good, you know, when I was doing my Bible study and stuff like that. It was funny because that thing, it did keep it nice and hot. Julia
hit a major haul on $3 curtains at Treasure Hunt.
Wow. Is that an online thing or is that a store?
I have no idea.
Wow. $3 curtains. That's incredible.
Keith said, I haven't checked my glucose today. I should. I generally run in the 70s when I fast. Ooh, Gigi Girl's on.
Hey, Gigi Girl.
Melissa said, noon is the hardest for me today because I usually don't eat till then anyways, but I've made it 24 hours now, and I'm going to try to go further.
I am so proud of you. This is so awesome. This is incredible, right?
Yeah. Keto Madre is on. She said, hello, new follower here.
Hello,
welcome to the family. Steph said, in our HEB, we have a huge salt board thingy. Guess that might work.
Huh. That's cool.
Yeah, Miriam said Redmond just started selling them because people like us are asking for the salt rocks.
They're just really helping with a lot of things.
Oh, Miriam said she's going to ship us the salt we get from Redmond.
Oh, yes.
We're just about out of our 10-pound tub. We're going to need some salt.
And we go through it.
They sent us one of those little it was in our videos. It's like a little brown dish for the kosher salt.
Anthony feels so fancy.
Anthony loves that thing because he goes in and he cooks it and he just takes the kosher salt and he sprinkles it over everything.
Speaking of Hell's Kitchen.
And yeah, I'm going through kosher salt like crazy. I've gone through 4 pouches since January of the kosher salt.
Makes him feel really professional.
Well, plus it just makes it easier than the little shaky thing.
And it's pretty.
Patty Epps said, I failed starting too much of Daytona 500 yesterday. My tummy needed to eat today. I may try to join the party tomorrow.
Hey,
that's okay.
Come on. You're not late to this party.
Chris said, just for clarification, Keto Chai Zero was the electrolyte drops for April Fools. People got really excited when they saw it was vegan, organic, sweetener-free, and junk.
Man, we just want a product that has that, right? Wouldn't that be just awesome?
Dahl said, I'm shooting for the entire 72 hours. This will be my first time going longer than 48. My keto 1-year anniversary is the 23rd of February.
Happy anniversary. That is awesome.
Deborah said she's 21 hours in, she's cold, and she's hungry.
It's weird, but I promise it will pass. Drink a bunch of water, it'll pass.
Katrina is having to sit under her electric blanket while she watches.
Aw, hi Katrina.
And Chris said he's gonna have a hard time cooking dinner for the kids and it's gonna be interesting. Oh, Miriam said she'll do the cooking.
Oh, how nice. That's good because yeah, there are times that if you have somebody to do it with, man, that's nice. That like he can do some, cooking when I'm having a moment of weakness and vice versa.
Eileen said she just hit 24 hours. She's going to try for 90.
Wow.
She's like, I have a problem after 90.
Man, that is incredible.
Danielle said her longest before this was 22 hours. Well, congratulations.
So you made it. You did it. You beat your best time.
Colleen said slapstick. They have no clue what LEA water one is. I have no idea what that water is.
Yeah, what is that?
Miriam said, I say we turn on Harry Potter and they can eat while we watch.
Okay, so now I'm going to have to binge watch Harry Potter.
Yeah. We came back from Universal Studios and want to go binge watch Transformers, which we haven't seen any Transformers movies.
I have never seen a
We want to go binge watch. We own all the Harry Potter movies because we love them.
How did I have 3 boys and not watch all the Transformers movies?
Chris said maybe now Miriam's going to want to take a bath tonight. Maybe I can convince her otherwise. Yeah.
It
Dude,
helps.
man, if your wife gets in the bath, you don't convince him to not take a bath.
Let him relax.
Or go jump in with them.
There you go. We're going to make them red.
Rhonda said, I've been checking my blood pressure just for safety purposes. It's going down a lot. So has my glucose. Need to monitor it closely. Up your salt. Salt will help you get your blood pressure up a little bit. That is something that I learned a couple years ago. I was doing lacrosse games and I would bend down to put the ball down for the face-off, and when I would stand up, I got woozy.
Yeah.
And I found out that was that, low blood pressure from not having enough sodium because I was getting rid of so much sweating on the field. And that's when I really started doing Zip Fizzes and a lot of Redmonds and stuff like that. And as soon as I did, it kind of went away.
And so then I started employing it, and this is so bad because I'm like the worst at working out. But yeah, I used to get that when you go down to bend down to tie your shoe, you sit up, get up too fast, and you're like, whoa. It helped with that too.
Patty said the Universal video was funny. God love you, Rachel, for your continually chatting through it. And I cut like 14 minutes out of that video.
I just really wanted to get that shot. I really wanted to get it.
Keith said he just checked his blood work. His ketones are 0.8 and glucose is a 96, kind of off, I think, for fasting 24 hours. Again, wearing the CGM, I am learning like blood glucose is just something that you can check it and then 2 seconds later check it again. And it's really interesting. I know we're way behind. But,
sorry.
When we were at Universal, we were waiting online for... What were we waiting online for? Well, we were waiting online for the new...
the Hagrid?
Hagrid ride. And there was a lady in front of us who was wearing a CGM.
So, of course, Joe's like, hello,
So I
friends.
was like, hey. I was like, what brand CGM are you wearing? And she's like, oh, I'm wearing the Dexcom 5. And she's like, I like it because I can keep resetting it. Because with these here, after 14 days, they just shut off. But with the Dexcoms, you can rescan it, and it will act like it's a new sensor. So we were talking, and she works in clinical labs. She does what my dad did. So she gets them, and she's not even a diabetic. She's like us, and she wants to just see the numbers and see what thing. She's like, she constantly tells people, like, don't pay too much attention to it. She's like, I can run your blood in a lab and come up with 5 different results within 5 minutes. She's like, everything is kind of like off a little bit. She's like, these glucose monitors, they're like a plus or minus 20% in how accurate they are. So
wow, and that's a high rate.
Yeah, that's why it's interesting. I find even with the CGM, what I'm finding is interesting is at night, it almost perfectly matches my blood, but all day long, it's 20 point higher than blood. So that's in itself interesting.
Yeah.
Eileen said, I just got home from Costco. Not a good place to go when you're not eating. All the free samples smell so good. Yeah, I went to Whole Foods today. And they were giving out samples everywhere.
That was ambitious.
Well, I wanted to get some more of that soap. Because the sale is going up. They have like this really great all-natural soap.
Good soap.
Good soap. And it's normally like $2.50 a bar. And it's on sale if you're a Prime member for $1 a bar. So I wanted to get some more of that. And I wanted to get some more Rouse. Or actually somebody corrected us and said it's Rayos.
Oh, okay. But that soap like really feels good.
Yeah.
It really lathers up well.
But I had to walk through that place with all of the food cooking. And they're like, okay, I did it.
Put blinders on.
I'm just proud of myself. Let's see. Miriam said, be careful what you need to do to be healthy. Yes. Chris said Harry Potter during what would pass for dinner. That's good.
I love it.
Steffi said hot water and Redmond seasoning salt. Yes. You're going to swear you're drinking like chicken broth.
Yeah.
It is so good. And you don't need a lot. Just like
chicken in it.
You just need like a half a teaspoon maybe, and that gives so much flavor in that seasoning salt.
It blows your mind.
Julie from Redmond told me about that.
Yeah, because you're like, there's chicken, this is chicken broth. It's not, there is no chicken in it, but it just tastes amazing.
Slapasick said, I see the font for the 72-hour fast has changed. So sad it really looks like a 7 now.
Yeah, sorry about that.
I've been working on my templates.
It's funny because will like, like I like it for the 2krazyketos logo, but it doesn't necessarily work.
That's a different font.
For
the
everything.
Font the other font was the Bangers font. So the 2krazyketos is called font swanky something, and then now this one is just a regular one. Steph said, if y'all ever stop doing videos, I'd go nuts. Can't go a day without checking out your all stuff.
Man,
well, thank you.
You guys are amazing.
Doll said, is anybody else sweating? Shelly's got a 74 glucose and a 1.2 ketones.
Wow, that's incredible.
Steph said, best way to get through this is just not think of the food or fasting.
Another piece of advice I'd like to give if you're new to this is stay away from your scale. If you're a lady like me that's constantly wondering, hey, I skipped a couple meals, I should be down, 10 pounds, right? Mm-hmm. I know I peed a lot, so I should be down, the scale should be my best friend today. No, the scale is the devil. The scale is never your best friend. And a lot of times when you change something up like this, you will actually hold on to stuff.
I woke up 5 pounds heavier.
So if you get on that scale and you're like, well, crap, even if I don't eat anything, I'm not losing weight. Then you're going to get really frustrated and dejected. It is not you. Your body is processing the fact that you've changed stuff up today. And usually the body wants to hoard first, right? It's like, we don't know what's happening. Let's just store everything right now.
Chris said, I'm interested to see what happens on Wednesday night. I might continue fasting like Joe said. Just keep fasting until you're done. You're going to know when that is.
Yeah, because honestly, that's probably a really great plan because the hardest part of this fast will be
the last 2 to 3 hours.
Hours 70 to 72. If you have said, well, this is what's, I'm going to be free. Right. All of a sudden, all you can think of is that.
Chloe said, this fast came at the best time. I started one Sunday at midnight.
Awesome.
And Susan from Indiana.
Yeah, I really like to lean on how much sleeping can help get me onboarded onto this fast.
Devin's on. It said,
hey,
evening
Devin.
From the windy Sydney.
Ooh.
I am getting cold.
Is it windy today?
I don't know, but I'm seriously getting the chills.
Do you want my hat?
No, I don't need your hat.
Would you like my...
Somebody said you need to make 2KK fasting hats.
Oh, how cute.
Christopher said, I thought I would be done tomorrow night, but that was because I thought I had pork belly waiting on me. It's gone, so now it's going to be till the next morning.
Well, there you go.
Amity said, night one was the worst sleep ever. My legs just ached, and at 4 a.m., I gave up the ghost and got up. Yeah, if you're aching in your legs and stuff, probably need some magnesium.
Yeah.
Miriam said, why don't you open the window and get the heat coming in?
Because then Rachel
I don't
will
even
be
know
too hot.
How hot is it outside? You can look at the...
All right. Keep going. Do you have the...
I have a mouse right
I was
here.
like, I'm making this harder. All right. Kevin Stanley says, here and going strong. Well, congratulations, Kevin.
It's 75 degrees outside.
Ugh. Marilyn says, that was my first time doing 24 hours. Let's see. Keto Mom says, Florida cold is about perspective. If you are used to 95 degrees in the summer, 70s is freezing. If you're used to 40s, 70 would be steamy. That's very true.
Especially for me, like I said, I'm out on a hot field all day or I'm out cutting grass. So when you're out there all day long, that's why people, when I start officiating football in August and it's 95 degrees on AstroTurf, and all of the other officials are always like, oh, it's so hot, and I'm barely sweating.
Yeah.
And they're like, how is it? I'm like, I'm used to this. I'm in this every single day. So, yeah, when I go from that 90-degree temperature into a 78-degree house, I'm cold.
So Patty S. says, I worked on my grandparents' farm from 12 to 18 years old. I never ate before getting the work done. Yeah, that's how my grandparents were. Also, my grandfather was a plasterer. He was always on... giant, what are those things? The platforms. Oh my goodness, I've lost that word. Stilts. There you go. Thank you. High five. And so he was always like, I got to be light on my feet. And then my grandmother always was doing chores in the morning. So yeah, they didn't eat until lunchtime, which they called dinner. And then their evening meal was supper. Anybody else out there that eats supper instead of dinner? Shelly says, I'm still deciding on how much longer to go. I completed a 6-day fast 3 weeks ago, and Dr. Fung said to do extended fast every 6 weeks. So am I pushing it DP another now?
So am I pushing it? I don't know what DP means.
I don't know. We're not cool enough to know all the lingo.
I don't know all the lingo.
But I don't know. That's a good question. Probably it's not going to hurt anything.
No, I mean, your body's going to tell you when you need to eat. I mean, our body was designed to feast and famine. That's the way our body's designed. That's why you can have ketosis, because you would fatten up during the winter. you'd have all your carbohydrates and stuff, but then you're going to go a long time so your body could live off of fat. And how does it live off of fat? By taking the fat and turning it into ketones. Ancestrally, they could go days and weeks without eating because they had to wait for the next kill or something like that. So that's how, what we're not designed to do is an extended water fast.
Right.
Which,
yeah.
One of these days I'm going to do a dry fast.
Ooh, I feel
but we're going to do the full dry fast.
Could be
Will you do the full dry fast?
No, Miss Rachel
full
has
dry
to
fast. Can't wash
shower.
your hands, can't take your shower, can't brush your teeth, no exposure to water.
And in anticipation of that, he's going to need some place to live. So any takers? No shivering yet for me, says Doll, and it's 30 degrees outside. I had to turn down the heat when I got home from work. 30 degrees. Please stay bundled up. Married to Keto says, hey, 2krazyketos, love you guys. You're so strong for doing this fast. Well, we're so glad that you're here, and I love your name. That is like the cutest name, Married to Keto. Steph says, this is going to be a TMI thing, but does anybody else also potty a lot more in fasting? Is that our body getting rid of oxidants or any bad stuff, if that was the wrong word?
Yes.
Yes. It is flushing
aside from
everything.
peeing constantly today, I'm having some bathroom pyrotechnics, which is really interesting, again, considering I'm not eating. But I think it's cool. That's one of the things I love. I love watching your body just kind of clean out the stuff.
And I will say, okay, and this is TMI, so cover your ears, but you're going to keep continuing to go to the bathroom probably in the next couple days, and it may get a little dark in its discharge, but I mean, everything is going to clean out. Sorry, there you go.
Not your pee. If your pee is getting dark, you're not drinking enough.
Right.
That means you're getting dehydrated.
I'm talking about
the other side.
The other stuff.
Okay.
So 66 was my longest fast, says Healthy and Keto. 66 hours. That is awesome.
You're activating Alexa.
I said something Alexa-y.
Chris said, number 1, yes. Number 2, about the same the first few days.
Yeah.
Watch out for that's not a fart moment.
Yes, do not trust any farts this week. No trusting of the farts. You just, you feel gassy, just go. Miriam says, I love the focus too. It feels really good. Yes. It's a mom thing. I just want the focus. So Dolls says that she's been peeing a lot. Charlie Carson, day 2 and going good. Isn't Charlie Carson the name of the butler in Downton Abbey?
Yes.
I love him. Oh my gosh. Congratulations. Day 2, that's amazing. So let's see. Chris says, oh wait, are we supposed to be filling up the comments to keep Joe behind? Game on. Miriam beat Chris.
Yeah, we got to start skipping a little bit here.
All right.
Doll said we should do this once a month. We're thinking about doing it probably once every 6 weeks or so. Yeah. Once every 6 to 8 weeks. Melissa said, my drink today has been apple cider vinegar and lemon water.
Yep, Miriam
said she won the comments yesterday. Slapstick said, keep them behind people, make people pick between here and Barry.
Oh, no. He wins every time.
Gigi Girl said, as a nurse, there's lots of times that I go 12-hour shift with just drinking water, and the next 12 hours should be easy, right? The 1 down, 2 to go. That
is awesome. And actually incredible that, I mean, as a nurse, we were talking to a couple of nurses and doctors when we were in in Omaha, and they were saying it can be really challenging, as a nurse, especially if you've got overnight duties, because people will put out tons of things to just keep you going, very high sugary, carby snacks. So, man, you are awesome.
Key said, I just really want to say thank you guys for encouraging this fast. I've been doing keto for nearly 2 years and have been intermittent fasting for a year, usually 18 to 23 hours a day, every day but Sunday. However, this is the first time I've done an extended fast. I credit you for this. Therefore, if you read in the news that I've died,
Man, well, we love you, Keith, and I'm so excited. He's putting out a magazine. It's called Keto Time. Mm-hmm. Ketotyme, I believe is how it is spelled, and I'm so excited about it. And he is actually going to be on the front cover, some pictures of him, so you can see the before and after, and what amazing transformation that he's experienced in his own life.
Jolie said, hey everyone, please like the video. It helps 2KK get more YouTube exposure. Yes, guys, please, if you get a chance, exit out of the chat, head on over, hit the like button, and then join us back in. Heather said, okay, this migraine is kicking my behind. I love y'all. See you tomorrow.
Goodbye,
I'm sorry,
Miss
Heather.
Heather, love you. Sleep tight.
Line Girl said, it's so interesting to hear from all you about the process of fasting. I get more intrigued, and maybe I'll try the one the next time you do an extended fast. Until then, I have time to clear my fridge.
Hey, why not, right? That's always a good idea.
Eileen said, my husband laughs at me. I keep a small bottle of the Redmonds on my nightstand at all times.
My favorite story recently was from Ask Nurse Cindy. She keeps a Redmond salt block next to her bed that is like giant.
You should see the ones that like Chris and Miriam have.
And I think her husband thought it was just a decorative item, right? That was like on the bedside. So when she picked it up and started licking it, it was like, what are you doing?
I keep like those travel bottles everywhere. I actually have one hanging on my backpack. It's in the other room. But I mean, when we went to Omaha, they had these little like neoprene holders for them. And so I have one hanging on my backpack. I have one in my truck. I usually have one in my pocket.
I shouldn't. Oh my goodness!
You should.
The cat has taken over my.
And
my hat.
What's nice about it is, like, we had a time once where somebody was having a problem with like low blood pressure at church, and they're like, "Who's got salt?" And I was able to run out and grab it.
Yeah.
And just putting it under their tongue made them feel a lot better.
Yeah.
Shelly said, if all goes right, we were going to meet Dr. Barry and Nisha this Saturday at a book signing.
Wow.
Awesome.
Please tell them we said howdy. That's exciting.
Janice said, yes, she put this earlier. Are the salt rocks supposed to turn black after you lick them? I forgot. Chris is going to answer this, I know. Yes, I already see it. It's from manganese. Some have it, some don't. So if you look at all of the different crystals, because they're minerals... Oh, this is an unopened bag, but because they're minerals, they all have different things in them.
I don't know if you can see on this one. And they're different colors, too.
I have one right here. So, like, this one has got, like, a lot of the little reds and pinks in it. And then there's another one in here. This one's almost completely crystal clear. So it's just like what part of the mine it came from with the minerals. I've got some clay in there.
This one is like super dark.
This one's got a bunch of the manganese in it. So it's cool, kind of cool that you're getting all of these different minerals and stuff with it. Ooh. I'm just looking down here on the bottom. I'm going to pull all of this out.
He's just making a mess over here.
I'm making a huge mess.
Should I keep going?
Here.
Oh.
Now you can eat something.
Rock candy.
Okay.
True rock candy.
Yeah. Jody said, hi, guys. I'm almost at 24 hours. Cool. Gigi Girl said, I start taking my Redmond salt to work when I feel a little hungry. I shake some in my hand, and I forget about being hungry, especially when I'm extremely busy. Yeah, I do that in the truck, and Anthony makes fun of me. I take the salt and literally dump it in my mouth when I want to eat.
It's amazing.
And I'm not talking about just now. I'm talking about, like, all the time. So Julia said, Treasure Hunt is an outlet store. Returns from Amazon, HSN, etc. Mondays, everything is $3. Most things are in boxes, so it's a mystery.
Wow, how fun is that?
I wanted to find that place.
Oh my goodness, I would love that.
And she said, textiles are usually in clear packaging or taped together with shipping tape.
Oh my goodness. I feel like me and my mom could do some serious damage up in that store.
I want to know what this Diet LE81 is.
Diet Ale 8. One. We're gonna try
that. Gigi Girl said she watched 2KK on the bench today. Thanks for being real.
You're awesome.
Eileen said, when does everyone have the hardest time? Mine is actually at work. I never realized how much I ate at work until I started fasting. At home, it's a breeze.
So here is something that I think is really cool. Once you have to do one of these types of fasts in order for you to learn more about yourself. So it's not about, okay, I want to deprive myself and, hurt myself, but I just want to know myself, right? Mm-hmm. We need this information. And moving forward, you'll be able to make better decisions for yourself, right? Like you'll be able to decide, do I want to eat this at work because I need it, or am I trying to comfort myself? And I definitely was doing that on Sundays. We were just talking about this, coming home from church. If I'd had like a really long day after 6 services or something, I would run and get myself, some like extra food that I didn't need, but I was just eating it because it was almost like a stress reliever.
Right.
And I don't want to stress relieve that way. I want to find other outlets, and I want to be in charge of when I stress relieve. So I think it's really important to sometimes have these kind of fasts so that you can learn more about yourself and then make better decisions moving forward.
Right. Okay, so Line Girl said, can extended fasting kickstart weight loss? I've been up and down the same 5 pounds in the last 2 months, and I can't seem to get past this stall. Yes, it can absolutely kickstart weight loss. The only thing that I always encourage people do not do is, hey, I had a binge day. Hey, I ate too much food, so I'm going to fast tomorrow. In my opinion, that is binge and purging.
Right.
So I think you're setting yourself up with bad habits when you say, I'm going to eat a whole bunch today, and I'll just fast tomorrow.
I think what it also does is it disconnects some behavioral things.
Right.
So if you found yourself like, man, I don't know why all of a sudden every single day I've been eating, a keto bar. I don't want to do that, but it's been like this day, this day, this day. If you disconnect it using a fast, once you plug back in and start eating again.
That's what I was going to say. I think fasting is really, really good for kind of breaking maybe a bad habit that you were having, like Rachel said, having too many bars or eating too many treats. Like just going on that little fast, it kind of breaks the habit. It gives you a good reset. And then if you're having a problem where maybe you're struggling with, hey, I'm up and down and up and down and up and down, and I don't know quite what it is, start really, really, really clean. Like just go to like bacon and eggs and beef and that kind of stuff. Try to avoid the dairy. Do a week or two, like really, really clean. Then add one thing in. Like maybe if you're a dairy person, add in some dairy. Wait another week or two, see what that does. If you don't have any impact, you can add something else in. So I think a fast is a good way to give yourself just a clean slate.
Yeah.
Clear out the system, get all of the garbage that you may have been eating. And I know I've done that kind of stuff all the time. So it clears everything out. You get the ketones high. It gives you some good cognitive function.
I was going to say, and you're making decisions with a clear head, a truly clear head. Yeah.
So Chris said, I'm the opposite at work. I'm really busy and engaged. At home, there's a giant wall of food calling my name.
There you go.
That's what I'm saying. Love the lady film bombing at the university studio video. Guess she was learning all about keto. Somebody pointed out that there was a couple kissing at one point.
How cute is that?
Janice said, I'm sure Joe never has a dull or quiet time with Rachel. I love you guys. Amy said, Joe, how long do I strain the yogurt? I like about 24 hours. It's kind of like look for the consistency you want. I find 24 hours is good. You can also culture the yogurt longer than 8 to 10 hours. I find that gives me a good flavor. Sometimes if you let it culture too long, I don't like the flavor. So it's kind of just like playing to see where you like it. But 24 hours is going to give you that really thick consistency.
Yeah, it's basically, how long do you want it in your nut milk?
Right. Katie's going to fast. She said, I'm going to start my fast on Wednesday night, hoping my salt lick gets here soon.
Hey, Katie.
Rhonda said, thanks, Joe. I'm going to do that. I forgot to bring my Redmond salt to work with me. I only had pink Himalayan salt.
Ooh, so Marie says, I got soap too.
Amy said, can you talk more about it? What do you do to add for flavorings? And what are we talking about? Oh, for the yogurt. Basically I'm not adding any flavorings, but you can add some OOO drops if you want some flavoring. You can add some of the flavored stevias. There's like the vanilla, the chocolate. They have a bunch of different flavor, like sweet leaf drops.
I think in the past, what does Autumn
extracts?
Well, Autumn add
cocoa powder
when she was making her like heavy whipping cream thing. Yeah. I bet that would be really
almond extract. I mean, most of the extracts are all good. Let's see. Doll says, please stop talking about food as I'm reaching for my water.
Okay.
Let's see. Katie said, hubby is a slow, reluctant conversion to keto. I'm sending keto, try to work with him this week. That's awesome. That's a great way to convert somebody.
And how's he feeling? How's he doing?
Okay, so Line Girl said, good to know. I'm going to consider doing a fast soon. I don't want to throw food out, so I'm going to have to eat my fridge empty first.
Totally get that. We've been systematically doing, clearing out the freezer ourselves before we go for some more shopping.
One thing I would say is, even if you start with a 24 to 36 hour fast, there's a lot of studies that show that 36 hours is a perfect amount. That you start getting diminishing returns when you get past the 72 hour point. So, You know, it just would mess around maybe a 36-hour fast. And then you don't have to worry about too much food going bad.
I don't know if you saw, but I actually posted in social media an older fast that we did from 2018. It's kind of cringy, and I definitely have different colored hair. And Tabitha is like a baby dog.
Yeah.
It was just funny, but it was interesting to see. That was a 40-hour fast that we had done.
Katie said hubby has a new cardiac diagnosis, so Nurse Katie is taking over in the kitchen.
Man, I'm so proud of you. We've been keeping him in prayer.
Eileen said, according to Dr. Fung, you'll lose about a half a pound a day while fasting. Yeah, Keith said, you too. I woke up 5 pounds heavier as well, but I get it.
It's frustrating. That's why just stay away from that devil scale.
Yeah, Len said, try to find something to do to keep busy during the times you normally would be eating.
Yeah, so what are some of the things that you have decided to do? We've talked about, like, sometimes I go and take a bath. Sometimes I run out to the store. Sometimes I was going to walk, but then I got a headache. But tomorrow I'm going to walk to the library and take my books back from the library.
Steph wants us to break for Dr. Berry and come back. We'll come back tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll come back tomorrow, but we'll break.
I actually think we are going to... we were going to do it today, and then Rachel's headache was just, like, destroying her.
Killer.
So probably sometime after work tomorrow when I get home, or maybe if Rachel can figure out, she'll pop in, like, Facebook or something like that and do a quick live or something like that.
Man, I need to get more technically savvy.
All you have to do is hit go live on your phone.
That seems like a lot.
Yeah, you don't have to come out to the computer or anything like that.
Okay.
So, but, yeah, we just have to have the inspection done for our windows.
Yes.
But, yeah. So, but we were going to do it today, but just her headache was just got the best of her. Man,
but we're still in it. We're still going. That's the important part.
We just noticed the dates for Low Carb Houston are set for 2020. Oh, let me know when those are. Low Carb Houston. October 22nd to 24th, 2020, University of Houston. Oh, we can go to that one.
Can we dress up? That's really close to Halloween.
I think we're going to go to that one.
Can we?
Gigi Girl said, I forgot how many times I filled my 2KK blender bottle. I love that bottle.
Thank you guys so much for getting it. I really enjoy it. It keeps it cold. Like, I have no more water left, but I have lots of
Patty's
ice
in
left.
Orlando. She said, it's chilly up here. I'm always cold since keto, more so than typical. It's crazy how cold. Great for saving on the electric bill because I don't need the AC on. I wish she would let me turn the AC off.
Let's not get crazy.
Christopher said, my wife is letting me go to KetoCon, but she says 1 a year is plenty. Don't think I could do Houston or Salt Lake City. I hinted maybe Salt Lake City. Well, if you can only go to one, I would go to Houston. I'd go to, at least for your first one, go to KetoCon? KetoCon, thank you. KetoCon, because it's the biggest one. Let's see. Joni, is there a sale on Keto Chow still on today? It is 20% off of pumpkin.
Pumpkin spice.
Which you love the pumpkin one.
I love the pumpkin, and I don't like having to wait until Thanksgiving time to get pumpkin sometimes.
Let's see. They're talking about barbecue, and yeah, we're gonna skip right past barbecue.
I can't even think about it right
Danielle said her glucose is 56 and her ketones are 3.3.
Girl!
GKI is a 0.9. Is this okay at only 24 hours? Isn't it bad to go so low? Your body is going to let you know what to do.
Yeah. Just, you're doing awesome. Keep your electrolytes up. Keep drinking that water.
Chris was distracted coming with the fasting circle. Oh, Kevin's on. He said, yeah, hey, evening is the roughest time for me from 6 to 9. I'm going to go to bed and read till Sandman strikes.
Yeah.
David said we live in Indiana. It was -3 degrees on Valentine's Day. It's pouring now and 30 degrees with strong winds.
Wow.
Eileen, my nose hair needs to be trimmed, or my mustache. My son's college just offered boxes to send to the kids to help them with exams, all sugar. So frustrated, hubby sent one off before asking. I can think it's much better things to send him.
Yeah, it's just what we're programmed to do, right? Like, it's just our go-to thing. Even making, like, study boxes for Caleb here, trying to get him snacks, that's not...
He said another reason he can't do the fast is he's in the middle of recipe development.
He's in quality control.
Joni said Coleman has a camping salt holder. It has a flip-up lid.
Oh, wow.
We'll have to look for that.
All right. Well, it's like 7:59.
Yeah, I think we are...
I want everybody to be able to switch over seamlessly.
Oh, so that drink is a Kentucky-made sort of ginger ale.
Oh.
We need that.
We're going to have to check that out.
I love ginger ale. Love ginger ale. My favorite soda is ginger ale. Adele said, such an inspiration to me. I followed you since KetoCon last summer. I could not do the fast this time, but I'd like to start with a shorter fast. Thank you for all you do.
Thank you for being here. And so, yeah, for anybody, if you're not doing the fast or you're like, I can only go for this long, don't miss the live streams just because you're like, well, I'm not in this. You are so in this. Your encouragement keeps us going. So we need this, right?
Yeah. C. Sherman said, do you drain the yogurt on the counter or in the fridge? In the fridge. I guess I somehow forgot to do that.
Oh.
Chris said, wants to know if we want to chase rabbits. Oh,
monologuing. Squirrel.
Okay. Rachel, we're working on tweaking the medication stage. That's for Katie's husband.
Good.
Okay, that's it. We skipped a few, but...
Right at 8 o'clock.
It's 8 o'clock. Guys, thank you so much for joining us in this fast. Thank you for joining us here on our live stream tonight. We really love getting a chance to talk to you guys. We will check in with everybody tomorrow.
You've got this. Don't give up.
Keep encouraging each other on our Facebook family group and on the fasting app. So yeah. We'll see you guys all tomorrow. Bye.
We love you guys.